Oh my God, I did it again. I was sitting there talking for like 5 whole minutes and didn't even realize that I did not press the start broadcast button. All right, everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the show. This is week number 3, and I am your host, Adonte. Can't even speak. Yeah, I'm your host, Adonte, and this is the show. The idea here is just to have a good time and meet new people in the process. Hopefully, bring about. Hold on. I remembered in the playback that bass was kind of deep. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me I can hear myself in the background now. Where's that coming from? Cut that off. Okay. As I said before, people, in all my other broadcasts, I'm not a professional. This is all just some shit I'm doing. So what was I saying? I don't even know. But I started something new this week. Um Messing around on my new phone. I found another app to hang out, chill, meet people, see what's good in the world. Tinder. Tinder. If anybody's ever used Tinder or even know about Tinder, what it is, it's like a dating app. And well, I don't even know if it's for dating. It doesn't say. Maybe it does. I don't know. I don't think it specifically says dating, but that's what I think it's for. I think it's definitely for dating. Because the layout is set up so that you can swipe to the left or swipe to the right about people that you might enjoy. You want to get to know a little bit more about them, and when you do that, I guess the idea is that you guys start talking, and one thing leads to another, and you might hook up. So yeah, so I'm messing around with this app, Tinder. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. You know, yeah, get to meet people, get to see what's good out there in the world, meet a lot of different personalities, and I'm satisfied with it so far. Got to watch out for the crazies if there are any out there. Hopefully not. Hopefully there's no crazies. Okay, but oh man, Halloween was cool. Yeah, I took my son out. Me and his mother, we took him out for his first Halloween. She spent a long time searching online to find like the perfect little Elmo outfit, and it was so adorable. He was nice and warm, and she made T-shirts for us. I had a Grover shirt, and she wore a Cookie Monster shirt. So yeah, we it was pretty nice. Halloween. We didn't get too far though. Um, we didn't get far at all. Actually, we got about up the street and around the corner, he saw something that sparked his interest around, one of the houses. The guy he was out there had his candy. I mean, he had all his Halloween decorations and stuff like that ready up and prepared. So you know that he's one of the homes that you can go into, or not go into, but go up to the door. And Avery went up there and got himself some candy, but he had like this animated tombstone right there by the door. And so the tombstone's head would lift up and lights and were flashing and everything. And it made noises, and it was so funny to watch. He sat there and stared at it for a minute. So yeah, that was interesting. But he pooped, and we had to come on back. We didn't get to spend much time out there. It's a good thing too, because it was getting dark and it was already too cold to be out there in the first place. So that's what's up. I'm glad we made it back. Had a nice little first Halloween experience. I'm gonna do something real quick. Let me see if I can. I heard a lot of people talk about TweetDeck. See if I can log in on TweetDeck, and if anybody's trying to hit me up on TweetDeck on the Twitter, it's at Adonte Macon. That is on Twitter, ADONTEMACON. Let me see. Sign in on the web. TweetDeck, Windows. Okay, so, but yeah, this Tinder app's pretty nice. There's some nice people up there. Everyone seems to be chill enough. Everyone seems to be chill enough so far. No, nothing significant to report other than that. So far, so good. I'm not really sure what I'm looking for, to be honest. I'm a bit nervous. I ain't gonna lie. I'm nervous as hell because shit could go terrible for me in the blink of an eye. It's happened before. Let me see. Install TweetDeck for yourself, or yeah, just me. I'm installing this TweetDeck on my computer, people. Hopefully this thing is cool. We're gonna see what happens. And like I said, if anybody wants to hit me up on this, I should be installing it on that computer. That way I can damn, what am I thinking? Yeah, folks. Ain't got enough room here. This microphone. All over the place. Yo, this Samsung Galaxy Note 4 is pretty nice too. I've been enjoying it all week. I was kind of upset last week. I might have mentioned that this new Sprint Spark network that's going on, it's got some issues with the voice over IP. Well, it has to do voice over IP because it's like a LTE situation. But what I meant is voice over LTE. It won't do it yet because Sprint has not updated their network. I think they're still working on their Spark network here in Georgia. Let me see. Where's TweetDeck? TweetDeck. Y'all gotta bear with me because I'm new at this shit. Yeah, I was hoping to have some guests, but doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes you just gotta do the damn thing and just do it. Just go on and do it, man, because you get guests later. And oh shit, what's my password? Yeah, this week still no intro music. Oh, what the hell's my password? I forgot my password, people. Let me see. Log into Twitter. Oh fuck. Yeah, but yeah, the idea for the show eventually is to have guests. So I'm not sitting here all by myself. I'm not sure how entertaining I can be, to be honest. I mean, I've got a few things I could talk about, but after a while, that gets kind of boring. I mean, at least I think so. I downloaded both my episode 1 and episode 2. I downloaded both of them on my phone over the week, and just getting down the road and listening to the audio file of both of them, and not too bad. I'm not complaining. I mean, obviously it's me, but I don't think it sounds terrible. Maybe how do I sign in? Yo, people, I have okay, see, I already got the login on this page. Oh man, I'm screwing up. Let me see. What is my password? Come on. Is that it? Nope. I don't know my password on my Twitter, people. So because of that, I think if you got any questions or comments or anything you want to hit me up, if you're watching live, go ahead and hit me up in I'm gonna tweet this. Where is it? I'm gonna tweet this link. It's on YouTube. It's on the broadcast, the YouTube Hangout broadcast thing, and it's got like a little chat box section going on some kind of way that should be able to. You know what? Forget it. I think I told myself before I was not going to concern myself with trying to chat with people online because it just distracts from the conversation. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm done with that. I'm just going to sit back. Let's talk a minute. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Oh boy. So yeah, so anyway, so I'm on this what do I call it again? This Tinder. And I'm not I ain't gonna lie, I'm not the kind of guy who uh who could utilize this service to its most benefits. I'm not really sure what I would imagine the benefits of a site like Tinder to a guy or a girl would be to hook up, and I'm imagining sexually. I think the idea of the site is just to go ahead and meet people real quick, hook up, go bang it out a couple of times, and hook up with the next person, right? Maybe I'm on the wrong site because I'm not. I don't think I'm getting to the chase quick enough. I think I've bored a few people to death, and they're no longer talking. I'm trying to have conversation. I'm asking questions. I'm trying to see what kind of people these are. I really don't think I'm getting to the punchline quick enough for these women, and for that, I don't hear back from them. I think they saw me and they probably thought, "Oh my God, what a handsome guy." You know, I sure would like to get some of that. Hold on. Maybe that's what they thought. I don't know. But because I'm not getting to the punchline quick enough, maybe it's not anything they're interested in. And that's good. That actually works. So it's going to come down to, I've been doing this since what, Thursday or Friday. I think it's basically going to come down to um, whoever is not responding after, say, 72 hours. I'll just unmatch them and move on about my business. Um, yeah, just move on, man. Because don't get me wrong. I mean, sex is great. Holy shit. I mean, if there's one thing that I really would like to do right about now is be having sex. But like I said, I'll just get myself in a whole heap of trouble because that's just, I'm not prepared for that environment. I really don't think I am prepared for that environment where people go out and, promiscuously go from one person to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. I can't do it. And for that, I don't know. If I tried, I'd probably just get in too much trouble. And maybe someone can call me up and say, "Hey, Adonte, you can do it. I believe in you, man. You can go out and lay a bunch of females, and here's how you do it." And to them, I don't know if I would even agree with that because I don't know. Like, is that even something I'm trying to get into? Is the real question. Is that my ambition? So a couple of people ask, well, what are you doing up here? What are you trying to do? And really, the truth is, I just want to meet nice people. That's just really the only thing I want to do. I just want to meet nice people. And my theory is as soon as I meet nice people, then it'll just go from there, or it doesn't go from there. But to say I have like a specific agenda, that would be it, just to meet nice people, because I I'm at a deficit right now for nice people. I think I'm pretty nice myself. I think I'm lighthearted. I like to smile. I like to have a good time. But as it stands, my current environment and the lifestyle that I have these days, the only smiles and happiness that are provided are from myself, my son. Well, okay, all my children, really, the ones I speak with on a regular basis. I get good times from them. I talked with my sister this week, and man, we had a good time. Had a great conversation, and that's another thing I like, to have good conversations and enjoy um, ideas. Enjoy breaking ideas down with people who don't easily get offended with ideas. And if that's who you are, then yeah, we can go ahead and have all kinds of great times as long as you're a nice person, not easily offended by ideas. Because me personally, I'm not offended by ideas. The only thing I get offended by is disrespectful behavior. Just someone being a smart ass all the time and that is when I get offended, because it's like, yo, you're not being nice. You're just being an ass. And that's not cool. Nobody wants a party pooper, someone who's just gonna have cynicism and smart ass remarks all the time. And I don't like that. It creates a negative environment. And I don't really know what to do with negative environments. I posted today. This guy, let me see. Let me show you real quick. I posted today on my Instagram. Really good. I found it for y'all on my Instagram. What is my Instagram? Oh, Adonte Macon. Yeah, but the dude posted Mark's UT33 posted, how others treat you is their path. How you respond to them is yours. And that is so true to me, especially this day and age, these past couple of days and weeks, with the difficult circumstance that I feel like I'm in, and probably have perpetuated its creation as well. But nonetheless, I'm in it. I'm living it. It is my day to day for the most part until I leave to go to work. That how people treat me is their path. And there's not really much I can do for that. I mean, it hurts, it's feelings, people, me particularly, I got emotions, I got feelings, and I don't want to feel like I have to be on guard constantly for smart remarks and sarcasm that really is only sarcasm. That's really only sarcasm when you get caught, I've noticed. But yeah, why am I checking this phone? Fucking up the conversation. Let me turn this off. Mute. All right. So yeah, but if we can have great conversation and work past any differences with a smile and compassion and understanding and peace and love and all that good stuff, then hopefully in the end I would have learned something and the other person would have learned something. But if that's not the direction we're going, then I'm not really sure where we're going if we're not trying to cooperate and work with each other. So yeah, I think I told a couple of people on Tinder that I'm a part-time internet show host. And so if you're tuning in, all you lovely ladies on Tinder, and you and you hear me talking about these things, go ahead and hit that like button if you like it. And if you don't, and you don't really care for what I have to talk about, then I guess you can like that button anyway. Hit the like button. Oh man, I was just thinking something before I said that. Oh yeah, guests. I think everybody on the Tinder is in Atlanta area, and or at least that's the way I think that's the way I have it narrowed down, is for people in the area that I can hit up. Man, this chair is leaning back too much. Let me see if I can adjust this. Hold on. I don't think it can adjust. Nope. That's a little bit better. So yeah, there's this artist up there on Tinder. I was looking at her art. Very, 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 very nice stuff. And that would actually make 2 artists that I know. And well, myself included, haven't done any art lately, but I do art. I'm a lazy artist. I did some art the other day. I did a goldfish for Avery's fishbowl, because he's Elmo, and Elmo has a fishbowl with a goldfish named Dorothy. So I drew a goldfish, and it looked pretty good. And his mother completed it. She drew some stuff around the edges and did some highlights and stuff like that to make it even better. But yeah, she's got some pretty nice art. I was looking at it. Maybe since I'm up here, may as well go ahead and let me see if I can do a screen. Let me go ahead and show y'all how nice this stuff is. How do I do this? Let me see. And I don't know what's going to happen. Probably nothing really, because I'm not too much of an interesting guy. I think women get bored quickly because I'm not all that exciting. Stop dissing yourself, Adonte. No, I'm being for real, man, because I see what women like, or maybe I think I see what some women like, and I don't seem to be it. Let me see. Let's screen share. Let's do this. Let's screen share the entire screen. Let's see if I can find this website. Okay, let's minimize that and make a new tab. She sent me the website. Let me see if I can find it. Oh snap! My baby girl, Dad. Oh, let me tell her I'm in a show, baby. Okay, so I'm gonna find this website, and I just thought her art was real good. So, whatever, I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share her art today. And for all you people listening, obviously you can't see this, so maybe I'm screwing up by even doing this, because none of you are going to be able to see it. But if you go on YouTube and you want to click on the page, then maybe you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Okay, let's see. Where'd it go? Okay, I found it. Let me type it into the browser. Hold on. And again, that is also what this show eventually is going to be about, is to debut, all kinds of crazy talented people who love what they do and do what they love and are extremely passionate about all of it. And click right there. Yeah, there we go. I mean, such beautiful art. Let's see here. It says right here, art, it calms the disturbed and disturbs the calm. Artistically artistic. And let me see. Right now, I see you in blue shirt. Oh my goodness. Text me during the show. It's okay, baby. Listen, if you want to text me during the show, that's fine. Let's see if I can get this tweet deck going and we can talk on Twitter. Did I get the tweet deck going? I don't even know if I did. Tweet deck, tweet deck, tweet deck, tweet deck. Anywhere? No, I don't think I got it going. But yeah, check this art out. I don't think this is the one. Let me see. I don't think I saw this one. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so if you can see this, the way it looks, I'm not sure if this is paint. It might be chalk. I don't know, because I'm not really that type of artist, but it's so nice. I just want to talk about her art for a minute, people, because it was really cool when I saw it. It looks like what I could describe as there's the figure of a woman and a man, and the man's on top of the woman, and it has the ambience to me of like midnight bodies, where the darkened bluish glow of the moon would illuminate the skin, but in the background there's this ambery type of hot fire, And to me, that would signify the passion in the dark that these two are making, and as their energies merge. And I just thought that she's so great. And I just want to talk about it, folks, because I like her art. And let's see what this next one is. Oh, this is so cool. It's the silhouette of what might be depicted as a demon woman. She has her little horns and stuff like that, and with the pink and red flames on the black background, while the silhouettes mirror one another on the bottom and on the top center. I'm doing these paintings no justice. I can't. How am I going to describe this? I just think they're so awesome. Anyway, so oh snap, her chat box is also being broadcast. Sorry about that, honey. Oh my goodness, because I got the entire screen broadcast. Let me stop this. This is getting ridiculous. Anyway, back to the art, because I think it's so awesome. So, everyone has their own type of art. And let me find that one that resonated with me. It reminded me of stuff that I did, because I do art too. One of these days, I'm going to go downstairs and pull some of my art. I don't think this is not the one. I wish I could, let me see. How do I close this? Close. I don't see a close button. Let's see if I hit the escape button. There we go. Let's see. There was this one that I saw, and basically it just reminded me of the art that I did a couple of years back. And this might be it right here. I don't know. You know what? One of these days, maybe I'll get her on the show. We can talk about it. Not really sure how we would convey art on a show, but we can try, I guess, right? Can't we try? Talk about it, or talk about how inspiring it is, and what gave her the idea, and how long she's been doing art and stuff like that. So let me just stop that for now. Okay, let's go ahead and change back the camera. Change the camera. Let's stop this screen share. Okay, the screen share has been stopped, people, because this is supposed to be a radio show anyway. That's the whole point of a podcast. But let's see. My lazy, boring show. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, is anybody in the group chat? No? Okay. Hold on. I thought I heard Avery back there fussing a little bit, but he wasn't. So yeah, so I'm on this Tinder, and I'm like a crazy person. I'm the guy who, if I don't understand something, I'll do some research on it. Maybe not a whole lot, just depends on how important the topic is to me, but I'll go do some research. So before I got and jumped on this Tinder site, I went online to a couple of different forums to see how people were interacting in the site, and to see what was working for people and what people were anticipating from using that particular site. And I went on YouTube as well to see, how people were using the site as well. And what I found when I first started using the site, I ain't gonna lie, yo, it was a couple of weeks ago. I was just trying something because I saw the site. It was somebody was talking about it on YouTube before, and so I said, okay, let me check this out. I think the person at the time was saying that the site was just for hookups, people trying to get laid or whatever. And so, I'm out there in my truck, and I get horny from time to time, and I was kind of thinking like, wow, how awesome would that be if I could just have some sort of a quick hookup? Is that even possible? Is that something that could go down? Is that even is that my life? Can that go down? So I went on so I went on to the I downloaded the Tinder and just put straight up the most vulgar thing I could think of to see if it will work. And so I don't remember exactly what I put. Something extremely, I don't think it was vulgar. It was actually extremely honest. Basically something about why do I feel nervous talking about this? I don't know. But yeah, I tried it. I put something, I was very honest. I was like, look, I'm up here and this is all I want. And if you're going to provide that, then hit me up. Hit me up right now. And honestly, I really wasn't going to follow through with it. But it was really just kind of like a test to see who uh, would get caught up in all that. Who would get caught up in a straight sexual thing, just like off the gate, just straight up. That's exactly what I want. I've made it extremely plain. I've made it very clear. I'm only here for one thing. Give it up. So it was like an experiment to see how many people would jump on that invitation. And one girl did. It was this. I don't know where she was from, but she was white and she had like this bleached, like white blonde hair. It kind of reminded me of Storm, I believe Storm from X-Men. That's the kind of hair she had. And so she was like, hey, how you doing? And I didn't swipe any at all. On the when you use the app, you have to do like the swipes, or you can hit the X, or I believe it's a check mark. I don't know. But you like or dislike the person. You can click on their picture. You can read a quick little paragraph that they put. You can scroll through to see, I think up to 6 pictures that they may have also posted. And then you could also um, look down at the bottom to see, if you have any similar likes and dislikes. I mean, not dislikes, but if you have any similar likes, because the app actually ties into your Facebook account some kind of way. So this girl, she hit me up. She was like, hey, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. And so I actually started to have a conversation with her. It seemed on the up and up. I was like, okay, so she's cool. So we started talking. I think we had a few lines back and forth. And then things started going semi well, I would imagine. I don't know. For about a half hour, I was talking to her. It was more than just dead air. She was actually talking back and forth. And then the girl went back and read. Apparently she didn't read it first, or at least she acted like she didn't read it first. But yeah, she went back and read what I put in my comment section or whatever, basically saying, this is the only reason why I'm here and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, is that what you're really here for? And I said something to the effect of, what did I say? It was something to the effect, no, I wasn't, you know how they say, I will neither accept nor deny, that kind of answer. I said something along those lines, just being funny. I thought it was a joke because we were already joking and having fun. I was like, why? Something along the lines. I said, like, well, why oh, I said, does that offend you? Or how do you feel about what I said? Instead of answering the question, I basically asked her a question. And anyway, she got very offended and blocked me or what, I don't know, whatever. And then that was it. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm done with this. This is stupid. So I went ahead and deleted the account because I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings out there. And I really did feel like, just playing that little trick, and having, I put some very vulgar stuff on there, like, here's the only reason why I'm here. I like to get my dick sucked and blah, 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 and all these other things. And she apparently didn't read that, but it was just a joke. I really wasn't going through all that. And apparently I hurt her feelings because I think she liked me. I don't know. Or maybe not. And then she read what I wrote and realized, oh, you're just a jerk. You're just like all the rest of these disgusting guys. And then she disappeared. And I was like, oh well. Oh, well. If you can't take a joke, then maybe you shouldn't be up here. I mean, I don't know. Because straight up, I don't think I was hardcore with that line. I mean, I didn't say anything about sex in our conversation. I was really enjoying, our discourse. We were going back and forth. It seemed intelligent until she read my little synopsis, and I guess there was a wrap after that. So so anyways, go around. I I'm not an original guy. There's nothing I'm doing that's super original. I like to take and borrow from people who are intelligent and have great ideas. And so I was on the internet. I was on YouTube watching how some of these guys were utilizing. Hold on 1 second. Let me try something. Be right back. Hold on. Okay, that's much better. I just turned that light off back there. It was I think this screen is illuminating enough. I don't need all that going on. So so yes, I was on YouTube and I was watching a couple of videos where guys and girls were talking about their Tinder experiences, and some people were pranking on Tinder, and some people, it was like this whole game show where you had to like um get a date by the end of the day. People made game shows out of Tinder. Shit was crazy. But I found this one guy who, he said he was like some kind of a pickup artist, right? And he was saying basically that on Tinder, he said this is a surefire way that you could get, somebody to talk to you and not waste your time. I was like, okay, so this guy's seemed, he had like a 30-minute video. So I watched the whole thing. And one of the things that he was saying is basically like, as a guy, and it made perfect sense. That's so I went ahead and followed it. He said, as a guy on this website, you don't want to be discriminate. You don't want to get up there and read everyone's profile and do this and do that and try to be discriminate. He said, really, as a guy, you just need to go ahead and swipe right on every single, don't even look at them. Just swipe, 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 every single one. All of them. Don't pay no attention to them. Don't think about it. Whatever, white, green, purple, fat, black, whatever, all of them. He just said swipe every single one. And then what happens is because you can get your footprint out there a whole lot quicker. They were to sit there and try to read and say, okay, yeah, she's real nice. And then decide and then click, okay, I like her. Because 9 times, he actually said like 9, better yet, worse scenario than that, like maybe 1 time out of 100 will a female actually like you back. So you could be sitting here for the next couple of weeks, picking and choosing and finding a nice girl that you think is appropriate or whatever, and say, okay, I like her. And then she doesn't like you back, or maybe she's not even active on the site or whatever. So his tactic was basically, he said, look, for guys, here's what you do. You just like every single one. Don't even think about it. Just like, just keep on liking them. And that's stage 1, because the women are the one who are choosing. The women are choosing. Men, we like to think that we're making these grand gestures, to hey girl, I choose you. But really, that's not how it works. I think for the most part, women are choosing. And even the brother on the video said as much, and it made perfect sense. So what you want to do, what he said basically at first, like I said, excuse me, is to swipe everything right. And then once you get some matches, and I'm telling you guys, seriously, I will sit there on my phone. I can, let me I can demonstrate right now. Watch this. I will sit here on my phone and look here. So I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me see. But anyway, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna show you on the camera. Like, okay, right here. You see, there's like this girl, and then down at the bottom. Come on, focus. Okay, down at the bottom, you have like a X and a heart. And then he was just saying, don't even pay it. Just go tap, 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 tap. Just keep on hitting them. Hit all of them. And it'll just keep going. Wait for it to update. Like this. Watch this. You're searching for more. Oh, you see my picture? I'm gonna tell you more about that. More about that in a minute. But hold on, wait till it updates. It's looking for more people. I think I've pretty much liked everybody in 100-mile radius from ages 18 to 55 in the whole state of Georgia and half of South Carolina. And I'm telling you now, people, out of probably thousands of likes, I've been doing this for maybe a week now. Well, not a week, maybe 4 days. And I just like everybody. And out of all that, I'm telling you, I've only had maybe 10 to like me back. So if I were to sit here, come on, update. So if I were to literally sit here and pick and choose, I'd be doing this till the day I die. I'd be 80 years old trying to find a match on Tinder or something crazy like that. Okay, and as you can see, it takes some time to update as well. Let me see. Come on, you can update. Anyway, so let me set it right here so y'all can see. But once it updates, that's all you do for guys. Now, girls, on the other hand, I don't suggest you do that because, maybe you guys maybe the ladies do need to stop and pick and choose and, take some time and evaluate who these guys are. But so yeah, once you pick and choose, well, no, I'm sorry. Once the guy just hammers it down, just keeps going and going and going, then eventually, you get some who will like you back. And I think I had more than 10, actually, maybe 20 like me back in about a couple thousand, what seems like 1,000, because I seriously, like, for the first day, I was just, tap, 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 just nonstop tapping them. And so maybe 20 like me back. And out of those 20, I think I unmatched at least half of them, at least half. And I'll just keep it to myself about why I unmatched those half. Just little things. I saw a couple of pages who look like, 18-year-old white Russian females. I'm like, ain't no way in the world a little 18-year-old white Russian who is, sexy as hell, probably some fucking porn star or whatever, is liking me. This has got to be a scam. And so I entertained it. I ran ahead and wrote back. I basically said, hey, or whatever I said. And they wrote back, oh, hi, you're so handsome and all this extra shit. And before you know it, I'm getting a fucking link to a website. So sure enough, that's exactly what it was. And so whenever I see these little young white females or even Latino females, I go ahead and get, because I don't, they're just taking up space. Anyway, this thing is still looking. That just shows you, I've pretty much got everybody in the whole area. It's still looking. It's still looking. But but I've met some nice people up here. At least I like to think they are. I can tell you one thing too. For me, one of the issues that I've run into, which really ain't an issue, because once you find out who would be interested in getting to know you, then you can narrow it down even more. Things that I do is I just make, small talk, light conversation to see if a nice young lady is interested in small talk and light conversation. Because if not, then I don't know, maybe she's busy, and I understand that. But there's some people who really get annoyed with small talk and light conversation, and they just really don't respond. Apparently, I'm not saying what they want to hear quick enough, or maybe I'm just being too lighthearted, or I don't know what it is. Or maybe there's another guy out there who sparked their interest a little bit better, which is fine. So, yeah, so I just make small talk, light conversation. And if it goes on and it persists, then I ask a little heavy question. Like the other day, I posed the question because today is Sunday. So yesterday I was just asking, so are you going to church tomorrow? And a couple of said further, about like how everybody was different, but I was kind of using the same line of questioning just to see, because I have to make decisions for myself as well, and it's kind of hard to pick and choose who you want to talk to if you don't really know what's going on. Like I said, I could get into a lot of trouble doing this because I don't know how to. I don't think I know how to pick them, gal. I just don't. That's the truth of the matter. I think I get starstruck. You know how like when people are around celebrities and shit. I think that's kind of how I am. I just the female energy at times, especially when it's a really good feminine energy. The feminine energy around me is like a drug. And I can't think straight, just to be honest. So it's real difficult for me to break it down. Um, what's the best way to put this? It's real difficult for me to discern what type of person this woman is up front when I'm blinded by her feminine energy. And it's not even that. Also, her feminine energy and my extreme sexual desires, I just get blinded. So, this whole internet thing, getting to meet people without being in their presence, it's good in a way because I'm not tempted with their fragrance and their smell and their image and their charisma and the way they move and the texture of their skin and just every little detail of this woman. I'm not, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not distracted, some people say you're thinking with that, you're not thinking with the right head, Adonte. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'm not thinking with the right head. So maybe I shouldn't be here because I'll just get into some damn trouble. Straight up. I'll just get into some trouble, and I don't want to get in trouble anymore, people. I want to really just lock it down and for someone that's good for me, and I'm good for them, and that's what's up. And we can move forward on that. Hold on, y'all. I'm listening to see if. Okay, no. Checking to see if Avery's up again. But where was I? So yeah, so I asked the question, basically to see who is about that Jesus, about praising the Lord, because we down here in the South. This is Georgia, and man, it's like a fucking church on every other corner. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And then you got these mega churches on every other corner, and it's in my opinion, it's a scam. It's a scam. Not, I mean, the church is a scam, true, but the fact that the South, yeah, I ain't never mind. That'll be for another show. I'm not getting into that. Uh-oh. Don't touch the mic, man. You mess it up. So yeah, I had a few nice young ladies. Everybody's polite, I had a few ask me, well, about how I feel about religion. I told them, they were like, "Are you an atheist?" And no, not necessarily an atheist per se. Because I can't really. Let me break it down for everybody. Let me see. How could I put this? See, because I guess I could claim atheist because, quite honestly, everybody could claim atheist, even Christians, even Buddhists, everyone. Because the fact of the matter is that everyone is an atheist. If you don't believe in every single God that was ever invented, and even at that very split second, as you agree to all gods, if I even make one up on the fly, I could be like, okay, well, what about the Cookie Monster God? I believe in that too. Oh, okay. Well, what about the flat tire God? Yeah, I believe in that too. Well, then, if they believe in every single God ever invented, and even the ones I'm inventing on the fly, then they're not an atheist, in my opinion. That's the way I categorize it. But if you at all don't believe in any gods whatsoever, I mean, if there's even one that you will omit from your belief structure, then by definition, you're an atheist. Even if you go to church and you believe in Jesus and you believe in the Trinity and such and such and such, you're still an atheist, okay? So I don't like it when people throw that word around, atheist, because I don't think they're really using it in its proper context. But but on that, no, I don't necessarily believe in the Bible. Well, okay, I take that back. See, because the way I see the Bible, it's like a historical document, and there are things in there that more than likely did happen and can be proven through science and geology and other methods of study. But as far as the story of the Bible and the way it all went down, Adam and Eve, God and the devil and Satan and all the rest of that foolishness and every other little ridiculous story you can find in there. I'm not following it. you know, and Jesus was the Son of God and died for our sins and all the rest of it. I'm not buying it. So on that level, no, I'm not down with that. I don't believe in it, and I don't want to subject people who do, who do believe all that. I don't want to subject people who do believe in that to my beliefs, which is to not believe in that. There's a lot of other stuff that I do believe in. I think there's parts in the Bible that can be validated. You know, like I said, it's a historical document, but there's more so parts in the Bible that absolutely, without a doubt, need to be thrown out and buried because they're just reckless. And quite honestly, I made an argument one time before that not even Christians believe in the Bible, because if they did, then they would kill me on the spot. You know, it says it all throughout the Bible in different areas in the Old Testament, you know, about what you should do to wives. You know, let's start talking about what we do to wives in the Old Testament. Let's start talking about what type of food we're not supposed to be eating in the Old Testament. Let's start talking about what we do to the homosexuals in the Old Testament. I mean, let's start talking about what we do to the babies and the children who are disobedient, and what we're supposed to eat, and pork and shellfish and tons of stuff, and all the different laws about the Sabbath. And you know, and if people aren't following, in my personal opinion, if people aren't following the Bible to the letter, you know, if you got some people who say, "Oh, or I'm a New Testament Christian," or "I'm an Old Testament Christian," well, to me, they're just picking and choosing, and you know, I can throw whatever they say out the window. Same thing with Scientologists. I can throw Scientologist garbage out the window. I can throw Catholic garbage out the window. I can throw the Mormon garbage out the window. I can throw all these ridiculous religions out the window, because there's no way any one religion has it correct. But I do believe that, you know, for the most part, there are religions that do have great teachings and great ideologies. But as far as them being the truth, the 100% truth, and we should stop there. Oh, okay. So the Mormons, John Smith, and all the rest of it, we should stop there and never go study anything else because that is the truth and that's the end of it. Well, I'm not so sure about that. So people take their religion seriously. And my experience when it comes to religion, just from growing up as a young man, people take their religion so seriously, people, that if you're not even a part of that religion, you're not even supposed to be a part of them. You know, you know, you're not even supposed to date, be able to date a member of their church unless you are also a member of that church. And you know, it just goes so far out to be so judgmental and harsh towards other human beings. My personal opinion. All while people treat each other like shit, actually. So, so anyway, but yeah, that's one of my ways of narrowing this thing down as well on Tinder, is to drop the God bomb, you know, and not trying to be evil or mean or anything like that. I mean, I respect people's beliefs. You know, I can't tell someone what to believe or tell someone that their beliefs are false. I can only tell them what I believe. You know, if someone tells me that they believe that Jesus died on the cross for their sins, okay, fine. That's fantastic. You know, that's fantastic. Guess what? I don't believe that. I believe a guy may have died on the cross back in, you know, those many years ago, and his name probably was Jesus. But as far as him being the Son of God, and he has a heaven or a hell waiting for those who believe or disbelieve, I'm just not feeling all that. There's no evidence, and I can move past it rather easily. This is far more awesome things that you can legitimate today that are far more powerful than whether or not Jesus is the Son of God and such and such and such. So, but yeah, so it's interesting. You know, that's the first tactic that I pulled out of my little bag of tricks to try and narrow down this list of nice young ladies is to drop the God bomb. And oh yeah, and so far, let me see. Let's see where we are right now, people. Because let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think out of all these, I'm not gonna say who, but out of all these nice young ladies I just looked at, I think only one, only one out of that list of maybe 10 is apparently also a non-believer, such as myself. So maybe I'll press in that direction a little bit harder and see what's going on with her. She's very pretty. Maybe I'll spark some interest. I don't know. I don't know if I ever will. So, done with that. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. So. TweetDeck. Did I ever get this going? Let's see. Come on, TweetDeck. And that's not to say that, the Christian ladies don't have a chance. Absolutely they do. The question is do I have a chance with the Christian ladies? Fuck, I don't know. Christian ladies, like, they're pretty serious about the Lord. So I'll let them have it. I'm serious about the Lord. Oh, my bad. Well, then you go for it. Oh, I'm signed in. Okay, so I finally signed into TweetDeck. Let's see. Does anyone else use? No, only me. Okay, let's see. Get started. Okay. All right, folks. So I'm signed into TweetDeck. So if you got any questions, if you're watching this live, hit me up at Adonte Macon on Twitter, and let's see what's popping. Let me see. How about this? How about I scroll through and let's read some stuff from the days past before they may apply. People may watch this video late. Okay, let's see. Let's see. It says, oh, that's what Sprint was asking me about the phone. Would you assist, please? Thanks. No. Oh, yeah. This is nothing. This is nothing up here. So I'm not getting anything. This is all stuff about the questions I was asking before about the Sprint Spark network, and Sprint Care on Twitter hit me back up. Hi there. What issues are you having with data? Give details. I'm here for you. JTA from Sprint Care. So I don't think I have any issues. JTA. I have resolved all issues. I came to the conclusion that here in Georgia, Sprint has not updated their Spark network as of yet, and when they do, it'll be a lot better than it is. And it's not too bad right now. It's good enough even now so that I could it's even good enough now so that I can do voice over IP actions like Google Hangout dialer, even while still streaming data across the nation. So I'm not terribly dissatisfied. I'm okay with it. Let's see, 2 notifications. Pissing off people and being hated is my favorite pastime. Warning, do not follow if you're easily offended. Real black guy wrote that. Real black guy's following me. Oh, hell yeah. That's what's up, dog. Well, shit, I'm following real black guy back. And he's real, like for real. R3AL. That's right. R3AL. Let me see. Oh, there you go. Hit that. Let me follow a real black guy. I think I am. How do I know if I'm following him? I don't see it. Excuse me. I should have brought something to drink up here. But what I wanted to do was I turned the bass down on the microphone because when I did the the downloads of my recordings, I noticed that it was heavily bassed out. It doesn't sound that way in these headphones, and it also doesn't sound that way when streaming on YouTube But when I downloaded the MP3 file, which is what I would do to then upload to an RSS feed for podcast, I can tell that the bass was deep, deep, deep bass. So I went ahead and did an adjustment on that. So let me. I don't have Twitter. Oh, okay. Well, hold a second. Okay. Da-da-da. Let's see. We're going to do this over here. What I'm doing now, everybody, is I'm checking my Facebook because I uploaded the cast. What do I call it? The broadcast. Right now, it's just a broadcast, but I uploaded the broadcast to Facebook, and I'm seeing if there's anyone here. Let this little message out. I should have done all this before the broadcast people, and therefore not to annoy listeners with mindless typing sounds during broadcast. But I just want to get the word out to see if anyone wants to holler. Let me. Oh, shit, man! I'm gonna go on Twitter. I mean, not Twitter. Tinder. I'm gonna go on Tinder and tell Tinder. I'm gonna go on Tinder. Oh, I think I already did that. Then I put a moment up there. Yeah, my moments. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. Did anybody like it? I don't know. How can I tell? Oh, somebody did like it. Let's see who. Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, and by the way, okay. Keep that. Don't want to put people out there. Don't want to put people out there. So once again, everybody, today is another solo broadcast, obviously. And that is something I want to talk about. So I put a video up on my on my YouTube as well, and I also posted it on my Facebook. It was a video of me and Avery playing in the house, and the video is called Avery Stunting on the Quad. Okay, so if anybody want to check that out, go for it. It's on my Facebook and my YouTube. Avery Stunting on the Quad. And so in this video, you can watch it, but let me tell you what's going on. So in the video, Avery was he'll get on his little Power Wheel 4-wheeler quite often, and he rides around the house and everything. Well, this particular time, he came around the corner and he was standing up on the seat and everything. I was like, oh shit, that's so cool. So I broke out my phone and started recording, because when I see cool things like that, I want to share them with the world, and people can see what's going on with Avery, because he has a lot of family and people who love him so much. And I like to post things that they can see. And I thought that was so cool. Just a moment to share. So Avery's starting on the quad. So he's going around and he's on his quad and he's standing up and everything. And he's looking so cool. And I think he realizes after a while that I'm recording him. So he starts to chase me down with the quad. So I go hide in a corner. Well, not necessarily hiding, but I go stand in a corner so I can get like a long range shot of him while he comes across the foyer. And he gets his eyes set on me and he comes towards me. I thought he was just going to do like a pass by, but he didn't. He decided to go ahead and come straight towards me. And so when he did that, he kind of boxed me into the little corner, and I didn't quite understand what was going on. So I was like, what in the world? And it was so funny because I didn't realize until that moment that he was actually chasing me. And so I stepped over him and everything to get out of the corner because he wouldn't let me out. And he got upset. He started crying. And so I was like, oh, come on, Avery, what's wrong? And so he started crying some more and he kind of fell on the floor and everything. And I was looking at him. I was like, come on, Avery. So I got up. I walked over to him and was like, come here. Let me pick you up real quick. Let me see what's going on. And he was still crying a little bit, and so I thought maybe the problem was is that he couldn't turn his quad around in that tight space. So I reached down, I picked the quad up, and turned it around for him, and I sat him back down on the floor, and he went over to the quad and pushed it out the way, all aggressive, and was like, I don't like this thing, or whatever the problem was. And he just stood there and he cried even more. And I was like, what in the world? What is going on? I was confused. So he then went and grabbed some more of his toys and he pushed them out the way. And I think he grabbed his wagon. Yeah, you guys can watch the video. If I got this all wrong, you watch the video. So he went and grabbed his wagon and went towards the door. And I was like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. So you want to go outside. So I walked over to the door and I was like, well, we got to go get dressed first. You can't go outside in your little pajamas and mismatched socks is what I'm thinking. So we got to get dressed first. But he wasn't trying to hear that. He wanted to go outside right then. And for y'all that don't know, my son, he's not even 2 yet. He'll be 2 in February. And this month is, what is it? November. So he'll be 2 in 3 months. So what is he like? 18 months? No, 20 months, 21 months. He's 21 months old. So he'll be 2 in February. So my almost 2-year-old then began to get a little more upset. And I was like, come on, Avery, what's going on? Let me think what he likes. And so I was just videotaping him. And I tried to get him to smile. So or try to get him. What I tried to do was change his mind and redirect his thought process about what was going on. He wanted to go outside and he was going to throw a temper tantrum to go outside, but I was going to redirect his thought process. So I started doing word games with him. I think I said like ABC, say your ABCs. He didn't say it. He didn't say 1, 2, 3s. He didn't say anything. I was, try to sing a song. I tried to get him to sing Yo Gabba Gabba, but he was determined. But you can tell, if you look at him in the video, you can tell his little face was like, what? Dad's changing my mind. I was thinking about going outside no matter what the temperature is. And I was going to throw a temper tantrum until I got it. But if you look at his face, you can tell he's thinking about it. He's like, Dad just said, Yo Gabba Gabba. I like Yo Gabba Gabba. And you could tell his mind was just moving and thinking. And so he even reached over and grabbed my phone and knocked it out of my hand, just being silly. And so what I did next was I kept talking to him. Basically, the whole idea was just try to redivert his attention, from trying to go outside. And because it's too cold and we have to go change our clothes. But, if you try to move him or take him away from that situation, he'll have a little temper tantrum, or he might throw himself on the floor, hurt himself, or whatever little children do, because they don't know anything better. They're just little children. And so he eventually, I think what I did finally to get him to come around and to change his mind completely about going outside was I tickled him. I reached over there and I'm like, no, give him the little tickle monster. And eventually he gave in and he started laughing, and he didn't want to laugh, but you can tell it was on the edge. And I finally got that laugh out of him. And once he laughed, then I knew it was good to go then. So I went ahead and I ended the video at that point, because that's when I picked him up and we were getting ready to go change his clothes. I didn't want to try and take him to change clothes while he was so upset about it. But I ended the video there. But he finally said, bye-bye. I was like, say bye-bye. And you could tell he smiled and his mind had totally changed. I think the only point I'm trying to make people is like, I see these videos on YouTube with people dealing with their children, 1-year-old children, 2-year-old children, 3-year-old children, all the way up to teenage children, 14, 15, 12, 11, 9. I mean, just any child under the age of 18, what I've noticed. And, I was raised the same way, not by my mom, but by my mother's parents and my grandparents. Anyway, I leave that out. So the thing is like, what I've noticed is that the impulse to control your child with violence is insatiable. It's like the first thing most people do. Well, not most. I want to say most. because I rarely, when a child, like say you're in a Walmart or something like that, or in the grocery store, and you got to think about it on the child's perspective. Okay, first off, you had a kid in a car seat riding all the way to the store, and you had the kid in the car seat riding all the way to the store, and then the child is just strapped into his car seat and he's being detained, if you will. And then we put him in a shopping cart, and you take him into the store with all these bright lights and all these signs and all these colors and all these people and all this cool stuff that he may want to grab on and touch. And he sees other children, and it's a lot of excitement. He hears people talking. He might see balloons or balls or toys, or he might see Elmo. He might see a number of things in this store. I mean, just tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff. And it's like a sensory overload for like a little child. And not just my child, but all children. You take these kids into stores, it's a sensory overload because of course, they watch TV, they see commercials, and it might be something that, they really had their eye on. And then they finally get into the store and they see it. And they're like, oh, that's that thing that I wanted. And they don't understand the concept of work and money and, all the rest of it. All they know is, mine, that's what I want. And I just want to be a part of that right now. So if they don't get their way, they only know one thing to do is just to get upset because they're overly emotional. It's to them, it's unfair. Why can't I have my way? Why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? So they get upset. They want their way. They get emotional, and they fall out because they don't know how to control themselves. They don't know how to. It's just too soon. And you can't expect a child that age to control themselves. What you should expect is for the adult to be the adult and to manage the situation. Okay, I think my throat is getting dry. The adult should be the adult and manage the situation as best as possible. One way is to divert the child's attention, by constantly saying no, 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 no. That ain't working, people. Okay, I'm starting to wonder who's the idiot in the situation. Is it the child or is it the parent? If the parents keep saying no, 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 and that's the only thing you know how to say, then I think you have a problem. You have to look at the situation a little bit different and say to yourself, okay, wait a minute, I can deal with this a little bit better. And one of the ways of doing it is just divert the child's attention. That's all you have to do. Children, their attention span is is super short. And you don't want to, and if you don't know, you should know. If you take your child while they're focused on one thing and you try to rip them away from that one thing, well, the first thing that they're going to do is rebel, because to them, that's their survival, is to be able to be in a position where they can do what it is that they want to do. It's no different than all the rest of us. If someone tells you no and you want to anyway, then you're probably going to try harder, to defy the odds or to defeat the aggressor in your way from accomplishing whatever it is that you want to accomplish. So instead of putting yourself in the position to be the aggressor or the dictatorial person or that individual who says absolutely not, and you just put the hammer down and know this and know that, maybe the best thing to do, which is what I do, or and I've not always been good at this. This is something that comes with time, and I'm learning. Trust me. I mean, this is I take my time. I try to educate myself with good information. Stefan Molyneux, one of the internet, the best internet philosopher I've ever seen, he is full of insight. And there was quite some time early on when I really just studied and studied and studied his philosophy on everything, and listened to his show. He has a radio call-in show on Free Domain Radio. It's an internet-based show, and you just listen to his show. That's what I did. I did it for a long time, and people would call in with their issues and call in with their problems. And man, you should. It was so amazing to hear him take these people and walk them through their problems and their issues and get to the bottom of it. Well, a lot of that helped me to manage how I'm going to deal with this new little person who is Avery, and he's brand new, and he's just a child. And children want their way, and children want to eat a lot of cake, and children want to run, and children want to hit, and children want to throw, and that's just what they want to do. But we as the parents, the adults in the situation, we can mitigate that the best way possible with educating ourselves on what the philosophy and the thought process of these children really are. So, one of the things that I found, I didn't learn this from Stefan, but I did learn this from a book that he endorsed. This book called Parent Effectiveness Training, p.e.t. The book has a lot of stuff in it, but one of the key tenets that I found was useful to me was about a children's attention span and their thought process. And I mean, it didn't say it word for word, but if you actually break it down throughout the chapters, you can kind of deduct, one tenet that will work. And the thing that I found that will work for me at his age range, at Avery's age, because the book was basically geared towards older children, 9, 10, 11, 12, stuff like that, upwards toward the teenagers, was just that, like I said, diverting his attention, and not making him feel like you're telling him what he cannot do. You have to make the child feel like it's their choice to do something different. So for instance, he wanted to go outside in this video, and he's wearing pajamas and mismatched socks. It's like 30 something degrees out there. I can't let you go outside. But if I were to try to tell him no and pull him away from the door and all these things, he would have just had a fit and got even more upset. And, that's counterproductive. So what I did was I played a mind trick on him. I wanted to divert his attention. That's why I gave him the word games, the ABCs and stuff like that. I didn't threaten him anyway. You know how some parents would give him the countdown, 5, 4, that ridiculousness. I mean, because all you're doing basically is you're escalating the situation. Parents who do that, I mean, I don't know where you learned that from. To some in the past, maybe that's a good idea. But to me, I think that's the worst thing you can do is escalate a situation with a countdown. That's terrible, because basically what you're telling this child is that not only am I not going to respect your desires and wishes, but I am willing to inflict punishment, violence, whatever is going to come at the end of this countdown. I'm willing to do it no matter what you say. And to me, that's just, I don't know, people. There's not enough words I can put together to tell you how bad of an idea that is. You shouldn't escalate violence with your children. You should be the adult, have the patience, and let's go ahead and sort this thing out in the proper way, because the child is just here. He's learning, or she is learning. And if you teach the child that violence is the way to resolve conflict, then guess what? That's exactly what they're going to use. So when they get out there into the streets, people, let me backtrack a little bit. I've heard this so many times. If you don't whoop your children, then you're setting them up for failure. And if you whoop that ass, you need to whoop their ass and do this. And that's the same thing that people say all the time. You whoop this child ass and beat them, beat them, beat them. I'm like, what? Basically, people, what you're teaching your children when you beat the shit out of them constantly, every conflict is resolved with violence, is what you're basically telling this child. So when this child goes into school, or when this child gets into workplace situations or whatever, whenever they're out there and they find themselves in a situation where now they must resolve some conflict with another child or a teacher or an authority figure, you've been teaching that child for years that this is how conflict is resolved, that you immediately resort to violence. There's no discussion. There's no win-win solution. There's no talking about this. There's no, hey, let's try to figure out what works best for everyone. None of that. There's nothing. But basically what you're teaching your child is that the best way to resolve conflict is to beat somebody's ass. And I'm telling you now, people, that a lot of folks ain't arguing with you on that, especially in the Black community. A lot of folks is not arguing about how whooping somebody's ass is the worst thing to do. And the reason why I think they're not arguing about it, and I think the reason why that is not being discussed in the Black community is because the reason why is because it's good. Whipping your children is good, but not in the way you think. Beating your children is definitely a win for the justice system. Okay, the courts, the lawyers, the judges. Beating your children is definitely a win for figures, the police, the sheriff's department, the security officers, loss prevention. Beating your children is definitely a win for the prison industrial complex, private prisons, state prisons, the jail system, and so on and so on. Because 9 times out of 10 people, well, I ain't gonna say that, maybe 7 times out of 10, when you raise your child with extreme violence and every conflict is resolved with straight up assault, then you've taught them a lesson. You've taught them that when they get out into the world, that's how conflict is resolved. And so you can see it every day. All you gotta do is turn on YouTube and you see all these fights, fight after fight after fight. These young kids out there just duking it out, fighting all fucking day on YouTube, nonstop. And even those who probably were in households where they were not beat, if they're hanging out with these kids, well, they're going to learn that, okay, if I want to be cool with these kids, then this is the culture I must adopt, is to be violent and to fight and to do terrible things. And I'm telling you now, it has to stop. It just has to stop, people. You got to stop it. I can't tell folks what to do. One of these days, it needs to be outlawed. Just like beating your wife is not acceptable, beating your children also should not be acceptable. So, in my personal opinion, and this is something that Steph Fine talks about a lot about the moral. What does he say? He says you have a higher moral standard to your children than you do to your wife. So he says, basically, imagine a scenario where, wife beating is acceptable and child beating is acceptable. Obviously, we know that child beating is acceptable. You can beat your children all day long. Nobody's going to jail for it unless there's some, bruising and such like that involved, or somebody, gets hurt. But if you want to take a paddle to your child's ass or a belt or something and it never gets reported and the child has no physical bruises, you can get away with beating your kid every fucking day with no issues. So let's take that same logic and apply it to women. So, so the child is out of line. For instance, the child comes home with a minor infraction. Child comes home with 3 Ds on his report card. Now, there's several things you have to think about. 3 Ds on a report card. How did you get 3 Ds? If you ask me, and this is just me on the outside looking in, the way you got 3 Ds on your report card is because you more than likely had no support at home. Okay. You didn't have anybody who was interested in your education enough to sit down and work with you through your homework. Make sure you got these lessons figured out. Make sure that you're, on point with the studies, and make sure that you're ready to take these tests. That's how you got a D. Or you, what was the other thing? Or you got 3 Ds on your report card because you just don't care or whatever. Anyway, the point is, forget that. The point I'm trying to make is that, when you get bad report cards, some parents think that's justification to break out belts and inflict physical violence. I dated a girl whose son, did not do so well in a particular class in school. And because of that, because he didn't pass the test for the X amount of number of times, it was a math test. I could have this all wrong, but who cares? I'm not putting names out there. She decided that, whipping ass was the correct course of action. If you don't pass this test again, then, this is what you're going to get. And that's exactly what happened. So she whipped his ass. Her little son, I think he was maybe 9 or 10 years old. He didn't pass his math test. Whipped his ass. Whipped that ass. Just whipped him. I could be wrong, y'all. My fucking memory is fading. So, hey, I didn't put no names out there. So in case you are listening, don't come at me about no shit, okay? You live in your life. Keep it moving. But yeah, that is what I do remember to the best of my memory. Yeah, she whipped his ass because, he didn't do so well on that math test. So did it help him pass the math test the next time? No. Guess what did help him pass the math test the next time? Not an ass whooping, but nice little Adonte right here sitting down with this young little man and saying, hey, come here, let me talk to you real quick. Let's see what's going on. He pulled out his math test. He was the number 4. For some reason, the number 4 wasn't computing with him when it came to multiplication. And I broke it down. I said, all right, man, here's how 4 works. And this is all I did. I said, here's how 4 works. He couldn't pass his 4s in multiplication. I said, you just need to imagine 4. You got 4 fingers on your hand. You take the thumb out. Or we can do it a different way. You put 4 coins on the table, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I said, okay, that right there, if you look at that, you got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many lines do you have? He said, there's one. I said, okay, well, there you have it. That's 1 times 4. You got one line of 4. And he was like, okay. So I took 4 more coins out and I separated the two. I made another line. I said, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the same as that, right? He said, yeah. So this is 1 times 4, and that right there is 1 times 4 too. He said, okay. So I took the 2 lines, I put them together. I said, how many lines do you have now? He said, there's 2 lines. I said, okay. So now you have 2 times 4. Count them. He counted them. It came up to the number 8. He was like, oh, okay. So I get it. 2 times 4 is 8. That's right. So we took another line. These were all pennies. We took another line, put it up there. 3 lines of 4. It's just the visuals. All I did was sat down and helped this little boy, something that could have been done, but I think a lot of parents are expecting that the teacher is going to be, 100% on making sure these children have the lesson plan down packed, or making sure that they get every little idea put into their head properly so it's not forgotten. I mean, these teachers, man, don't give a half of a shit. And in my personal experience, me personally, when I was in school, they definitely don't give half a shit about the little black boys. Okay, that's just my personal experience. And if anybody has another experience, then that's yours. But me personally, teachers don't give a fuck about the little black boy's education. And this little black boy obviously couldn't get his 4s right. He was getting everything else right. I'm not really sure how. Oh, I do know how. The reason why he was able to get the rest of the multiplication table, he got, his 1s, he got his 2s and 3s. The reason why he was able to get those is just because he memorized. So in his mind, 3x5 equals 1, 5. He just memorized that sequence. He didn't actually know what it meant or could, put it in, he couldn't put it down. He just, that's, kind of like you read words, you know, a lot of these kids learn how to read just by looking at letters, Note, and they just, the image of Note to them says note, but they don't know how to dissect that concept and add and subtract from Note, those 4 letters. You can take the N out and put a G in there. And what is that? And they'll just be confused. They don't get it because they're looking at those 4 letters as a solid object, and they memorized what that solid object, the image of it, what it means. Same thing that some of these children do with their mathematics. They're looking at the solid object of those numbers in that sequence, the way it looks, 3x5 with the 2 lines. And then the memory says, oh, 3x5, 1, 5, but they don't really know what that means. So the reason why he couldn't get those 4s, because in my personal opinion, I'm not a teacher, but in my opinion, he couldn't get the rest of it because he had already memorized too much. He'd already memorized the 1s, he'd already memorized the 2s, he'd already memorized the 3s, but now trying to memorize 4s, and then you got to go all the way up to 12. It's like, holy shit, how much do I have to memorize? When the concept is not to try to memorize, you really need to understand what's going on. And that's what the problem was. He didn't understand. And so when I broke it down for him, I used pennies. I showed him the lines of 4, and I said, look, this same concept works for all of them. So now you can, and you can even use the visual concept in your head. If you don't try to memorize the numbers themselves, memorize the visual concept until you can put it all together. And so I helped him to memorize the visual concept of, for instance, like 3x5, so we laid out 1 line of 5 pennies. That was 1x5, which equals 5. And then, we did the same thing I did with the 4s, and he understood, and that concept then was instilled. And so he went and passed his test, obviously. But the point I'm trying to make is just that, people want to resort to violence. So for instance, so if it's okay to resort to violence on your child, then why not resort to violence on your wife? So your wife comes home, and any infraction you can think of, okay, she burnt the mashed potatoes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, I think that was acceptable back, in the 40s and the 50s and, decades prior. But, these days, women work very hard, and more power to them, but they work very hard to get rid of that, where men just can't run roughshod over him, bust him upside the head, if she walked across the room the wrong way. And I know girls who grew up, I dated a girl whose father beat the fucking shit out of her mother in front of her all throughout her childhood. And even before she was born with her older brother and sister, they saw the most of it. Dad just beating the shit out of every fucking body in the house nonstop, and it's terrible. But that is obviously outlawed. And so Stefan, he says that the moral standard, the higher moral standard for children is because is because children cannot leave. Children are imprisoned. They can't go anywhere. A child can't say, I've had enough of this shit and I'm out. Fucking child can't do that. Child can't walk out. So because a child has no choice, and because a child is there with he didn't ask to be there, or she, there's a higher moral standard. You must treat your children 10,000 times better than you would a spouse, because a spouse is making a choice, you know. And that's why, another thing too, women who are getting beat, I know every situation is different, but for the most part, woman, you can leave. You can leave. Okay. You don't have to stay there. You don't have to put up with it. You don't have to get beat. You are an adult. You have freedom to move about the country, as they say. You can go out and be financially independent. You can make your own money. You can take care of yourself. You can do X, Y, and Z. So there's a higher moral standard, in my opinion. And the same thing Stefan said, and this is where I got it from, because he, helped me out in a lot of different concepts. The higher moral standard is with the children, because the children don't have a choice. And then on top of that, they don't even understand half as much. They don't understand much at all. I mean, they're just new on this planet. They ain't never seen shit. They're learning everything as they go. And there should really be a much, much higher moral, much, much higher standard for children, for that reason. So that's the reason why I posted that video, people, because it was an excellent demonstration about how to manage a temper tantrum. There's this other video that came up a while back. Let me see if I can find it. There's this guy on YouTube, and I probably ain't gonna never find this shit, but he's real popular on YouTube. He gets a lot of video hits, and some of you may have seen this, where he has a little boy as well, and his little boy wanted something to drink. I think he wanted juice from the refrigerator, right? And so he tried to give his little boy some water. And the little boy was like, nah, I don't want this water. And the little boy just stayed in that kitchen and screamed and hollered and hollered and screamed. And he went in there. He went in there a couple of times, to check on him, make sure he was okay or whatever. And he made a video about it. It was kind of funny, but at the end of the video, the father went ahead and made his kid something to eat and everything, and they ate, and it was a good time. And the little boy forgot all about that juice. He still drank water. But in the comment section, you would not believe how many people was basically talking about, I would have beat the shit out of that kid. Oh my God, that kid need his ass whooped. Oh my God, negative shit about fucking up little babies. Little babies. This is a baby, people. It's a baby. It's a little kid. I'm gonna look this thing up real quick because I don't like talking out of pocket, but little baby talking about you should have beat that kid, this, that, and the other, all this extra stuff. I mean, just disgusting. How they were going in on what he should have done. In my personal opinion, I think he did great. He did the right thing. You let the kid have his moment. You try to talk the kid out of it, or you try to change the kid's mind. You do whatever it takes. And I thought he did very well. He worked his way through the situation, and in the end, the kid was happy. There was no violence. But the comment section, and I'm gonna tell you, let me find this video because it may have changed. But when I saw it, however long ago it was, all the people who were commenting violence on this little child were Black women. Every single one of them. Let me go back. Let me see if I can find this video. See if it's still the same. I'm going to post it on my Twitter. What the hell is this damn video? And it's a cool dude. I've seen his videos on YouTube before. I think I've gone too far. Let me see. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Yeah, I'm down here at the Bundy Ranch. Yeah, that was way before Bundy Ranch stuff. Okay. Uh, I don't know where it is. Let me see. Maybe and the reason why I found it, man, is because I posted another video. I didn't even know about this video, but see, on my Google Plus, I had posted a video about this kid getting sprayed with silly string in the store, and he had freaked the fuck out. And I was like, man, y'all shouldn't do that to kids. And I said something to the effect, that's somewhat of abuse, because whoever did that know full well that shit would have been terrorizing to the kid, and you shouldn't do stuff like that to the child. And then somebody came at me talking about some stupid shit, talking about how do I find it? Yo, am I the only one that can't navigate damn Google Plus? Google Plus is hot, but I don't know how it works. How do I find notifications? Is this it? Add people, hang out. What are the notifications? How do I know, or where do I find when people hit me up? I'm confused. Now I'm sidetracked trying to find Google Plus stuff. Google, y'all need to make this thing easier to use. This should not be this difficult. If it's up here, I should be able to see it without digging. I don't see where. Oh, there's a bell. Okay, there's a bell up there. Maybe that's it. My bad. Let me scroll down. Let me find this real quick, because basically the girl was basically saying I need to get off my high horse. She called it a high horse, because I'm saying things that pertain to children and protecting children from abusive situations. That's a high horse, apparently. And so I don't know exactly what I responded. I think I responded something to the effect, oh, protecting children now is a high horse. When did that ever happen? I think I posted that, but I went on her page, to see what type of shit she's posting, and that's where I saw that video. I can't. I don't see it. I don't see it. But anyway, that's where I saw that video on her page, and then read the comments on her page, and then went to the YouTube section and read the comments on YouTube about what they were saying about that particular video. And I don't know, it just breaks my heart. And so people, I don't know. I guess my thing is, it just bothers me to no end to see people abusing children, and that's going to be another thing here on this Tinder. I'm out here looking for young ladies. you know, I'm not. I can't tolerate that shit. I can't tolerate it, because in my world, if you can hit a child, then you should be ready to get punched the fuck in your face. Seriously, straight up. I mean, come on. That's what we doing. We hitting kids. Then you should get punched, because I mean, you are like 10 times bigger than this kid. And if you can't control yourself, then nobody else should have to either. Okay, if that's how we conducting ourselves, that's how we getting down. We hitting people. So you hit the kid, I hit you. That's how it works. Straight up, because there's better ways to go about this. Okay, because basically what you're doing is you raising reckless kids. And some people be like, well, you can't say that, Adonte, because not all kids are the same, and some kids really do need their asses whooped. Now I would look at you like a fucking dumbass you are and say, no, kids don't need to get their asses whooped. You need to change your ways and become a better person, because obviously the work that you're doing about this child is ineffective, and maybe you should go take a parenting class. Maybe you should really go read a couple of books. Maybe you should watch a seminar or whatever, do some counseling with your kid or whatever the case may be. But violence, no, 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 not violence. All right, he's still asleep. But no, not violence, people. Never violence, okay? Never, never violence, especially on the children. Okay, because once you create the type of relationship, it can only get worse. Okay, because say for instance, check this out. So say for instance, I mean, because even Stefan said this, and I totally agree with him, that every threat of violence is essentially a death threat, quite literally. So, ladies, gentlemen, you guys got kids. Say you got like a 9 or 10 or 13-year-old or whatever, a 14-year-old, and you've gotten accustomed to beating his ass to keep him in check, right? You figure every time my kid gets out of line, I'm just gonna whip his ass, right? Okay, so check this out. And back to the premise. Every act of violence is a death threat. So, say for instance, your kid comes home. You found that your kid been smoking weed or whatever because you was running all up in his bedroom while he was gone, and you looked through his little stash and you found a little box of weed in there. Now you're all pissed off, and you got the belt ready, and you throw it at the kid like, "What the fuck is this?" And the kid's like, I don't know, because they can't answer you correctly because they know you're just gonna get out of hand, and so they see you got the belt in your hand already. So say you getting ready to swing on this kid, right? Come on, let's just be real. Say you getting ready to swing on this kid, because the kid you found some weed in the room or whatever you found, and you get ready to swing on this kid, and the kid grabs the belt. Then what? Then what, people? What you gonna do next? This kid grabs the belt. Not only is this child, girl or boy, big enough to fight back, but they also big enough to whoop your ass now. But because you have never, developed a better way of negotiating with your child, you've never developed anything that would propagate, a good situation. What's the word I'm looking for? You've never developed a relationship with your child in such a way where you can talk to them and help them through life. But basically, the only thing you've done is just constantly inflict violence on this child to the point where they can't even come to you and talk to you. They may have saw weed and be like, "Hey, mom, hey, dad, what do you know about weed?" And they may have even come to you and talk to you and got an honest opinion, but you didn't sort it out with this child. You just inflicted violence nonstop. So anyway, back to I lost my train of thought, but back to my thing. So say for instance, you trying to beat this kid, right? And they grab the belt. And not only do they grab the belt, but then, what are you going to do? Think about that. The child grabbed the belt. What are you getting ready to do? Are you going to get so much more enraged that you're going to like grab a even heavier or stronger object? Or are you going to attack this child? I mean, what happens next? Really? So you grab the belt, the child looks at you, or the child might even hit you back, or who knows? I mean, some people be like, well, I will call the cops. Okay, so great. You call the cops. And then what happens? So say the child is like, look, I don't feel I'm getting, treated properly over here. This my mom or my dad is being mean to me for no good reason. They're trying to physically assault me. And here comes the cops. So here comes your little 13 or 14 or 11, 12-year old or whatever. And now the cops come and you're telling the cops, I want this child arrested. I can't take this child no more. I want this child out of here. And then the child resists the cops. Okay, the cops ain't going to have that shit. A lot of cops will just shoot your fucking kid. And quite honestly, all you ratchet ass parents are probably like, well, good. That's what that little bastard deserved. No, you fucking piece of shit. Your child don't deserve to get shot. Your child deserved better parents, much better parents, okay? Or maybe deserved a better environment, to raise this kid in, or any number of things, more attention, more love, more compassion, more understanding, more patience, more of all these things that children who are brand new on this earth need and require. And if they're not going to get it, then you have no business raising a child. And especially to raise one to the detriment of the society that you're going to then put the child into. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. And it just makes me upset. And, but I can tell you who it doesn't piss off. It definitely does not piss off the judges. I mean, they act like, oh, yeah, these children are so bad. But no, I think the judges are quite okay with it because they stay employed off your badass kids. Okay. And who else stays employed? The, like I said, the prisons stay employed. The, the, what will you call them? The law enforcement offices stay employed. Everybody got jobs because of your badass parenting, you know, and it's not right because in the end, it's just to the child's detriment. and it's not fair. I just don't like it. And we everybody's got a campaign out there for their little fucking cause. The gays got campaigns for homophobic. The women got campaigns for sexism. You know, every fucking ethnic group's got a campaign for their race. Racism. But who's got a campaign for children? Why isn't childism a term that's used widely in the protection of the most innocent on this planet? How come that's not out there? I don't know. But it should be. And I'm not going to be the first one to talk about it. I know I'm not, because these are ideas that I picked up from people out there that I appreciate, that I trust, and I follow their message. And I'm actually kind of glad that I'm able to speak it on this show today. This is all new to me. This is my third show, and I promised myself I was one every single week, because my life as it exists today, with the way that things are going, with just between my work schedule, between my lifestyle, the fact that I never get to do anything with my life, I didn't see a way out of it. But I knew that if I started making changes and pushing in a totally opposite direction, the only thing that my life could do is change. So that's what I'm doing. And hopefully this all works out. I believe if I lose this spot right here where I'm sitting right now, people, those of you who know me know what I mean. If I lose this spot where I'm sitting, I'll just pick back up somewhere else. I got enough electronics at my disposal. I think I can broadcast this show from any fucking where, and that's cool. So, uh, let's see. Let me go back to TweetDeck, see what's popping. And all you lovely ladies on Tinder. Let me see. Ain't nobody popping. Maybe this thing is going. So let me try it on my other computer. Let me see. Maybe I'm trying to run TweetDeck from the same computer I'm streaming from. Maybe that's a conflict on bandwidth. Let me try it on the other computer. See what we got. Let's see. Let's download it. Where'd it go? Where's the download at? Says click here. Using TweetDeck. I had a download a minute ago. I had a download and I don't see it anymore. I don't want to use this in the browser. Where's that download at? TweetDeck download. TweetDeck. There we go. Okay, it's downloading. Like I said, I don't want to use it in the in a browser. I would much rather use it as a standalone app. Let's see. Okay, open it. Run. So anyway, anybody who is anybody in the Atlanta area, if you're listening to my show, hit me up. I definitely would appreciate some guests. I think it's kind of good right now that I don't have guests, because I only got one microphone. Maybe I should invest in another microphone. If you want to be on the show, try. If you can. If you have an XLR microphone with a phantom power and some headphones, bring it. Oh, and a microphone stand. Yeah, if you got that stuff, bring it so you can. If not, then I'll try to figure out how to get more equipment, because I really need more equipment. But so we can all be a part of this. And oh, I still haven't made any music yet. I was talking last week about that drum solo on my little Yamaha drum synthesizer. I thought that was pretty cool. Um, I was told months and months and months ago, back when I was making another website for something else I was doing, that on this website called Fiverr.com, I believe that's the name of it, that you can go up there and people will sell you their services for $5, I believe. Is that how it works? I don't know. But if I go up there and say, hey, can someone help me out? Can someone, here's what the idea that I have. Can someone mix this and put it all together and make a little intro outro? That'll be hot. Maybe let's play this video and see what it says. Let's see. What is Fiverr?
And on budget. Fiverr.com is the world's largest marketplace for the professional and creative services you need to give your business a boost. Best of all, every service on Fiverr starts at just $5. Go to Fiverr.com now and discover how easy it is to find the exact service you need at the price.
Okay. So it starts at $5, and I guess what I would like to know is, like, are these professional people, or is this just anyone who feels comfortable at providing this particular service? Like, for instance, if I want to do art, can I, Adonte, then go on Fiverr and provide people art for $5? Because if so, man, that sounds awesome. Somebody might see a little bit of my work and say, hey, man, I like your work. I'll give you, well, I probably charge more than $5. I probably charge like 20, because it's all about like a time thing. I think you shouldn't do $5 if it takes you all fucking day to do it. But something like $20, it might take me an hour to do something real cool. Yeah, I charge you $20. So, I wish I can have. I don't see a counter on this thing at all, so I know how long I've been at it. How long have I been at this? Dun dun dun. You know what? I didn't even check to see if I had the right microphone set up on this thing. Okay, I'm looking at it. It is the right microphone. Okay, folks. Yeah, I get nervous because I just jump right into this broadcast without testing and doing anything, because I felt like before I was doing so much testing that I really wasn't getting anything done. So I just started jumping right into it. Hey, let's check Tinder while we live, baby. Let's see what's going on. What's popping on Tinder? Oh, phone nicely charged. Let's see who's on Tinder. Who's checking me out? What's good on this website? Let's see. Nobody. And I put a moment out there too, people. Nobody likes my moment. Let me see. The Adonte Show, number 3, solo, 11/2/14. Bam, there it is. But I did get one like. Thank you, baby. Let's see. What are we going to do here? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm checking my notifications and seeing what's good up here. Is anything good? I liked everyone's Halloween costumes yesterday. That was so cool. Like, look at this. This is my cousin. She's a like a belly dancer and shit. And let me see if I can show y'all that. Let's see. I think I need to change the focus on the camera so it'll focus. But anyway, man, they look real good. Kind of reminds me of what's that show? Is it Showgirls? Not Showgirls. Was it Showgirls? I don't remember, but there was this one show, Moulin Rouge. That's what it reminds me of. Yeah, they look great. Everybody did real good yesterday for Halloween. So let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Did I post that thing? Yeah, I did. I did post it. What up? Okay. Doing the show again. My homeboy on Instagram. He cracked on me he cracked on me a couple weeks ago, talking about I'm watching a dude. He said something to the effect of, "I'm watching a man watch a podcast, watching a podcast or some. I can't say it right, but it was funny because in my first podcast, I was basically watching the podcast that went wrong. The first one, yeah. If y'all go back, podcast number one, it was terrible because I was kind of pissed. But whatever. Moving on. You know, you can't live in the past. You got to move forward, and got to keep doing new things. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing new things. I wish I could see like how long this thing is. Oh, I know how to do it. I can go on YouTube on this computer and let me click it, and it'll give me a timeline. And watching a podcast or some, I can't say it right, but it was funny because in my first podcast, I was basically all right. So live, let's go live. It was terrible. Live is at 1 hour and 55 minutes. So the idea of the podcast or the show is to not go any less than 2 hours and no longer than three. And like I said before, I like when I see things that I think are great. And the Joe Rogan podcast, the Joe Rogan Experience, I listen to his show quite often, and I always notice that they on their show they keep it between 2 to 3 hours. And he made a good point during one of the shows is that when you have a guest, that's enough time to develop a good conversation, really get to know someone, and so obviously it's just me right now, but when it's more people, then that'll be great. We can develop some conversation. So moving forward with the show, people, I'm gonna try to get a guest next week. We'll try. We'll see. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I don't know what else to say right about now. I mean, I think I said enough or not. I tell you what, y'all hold on. Let me go grab a cup of coffee real quick. And I'll be right back. Let me see. Can I play something? Let me see if I can do something like that. Maybe I can I don't know. Can I play something? Let me see if I can play something. Oh, yeah, let me play the video that I was talking about. The one with Avery. For those who didn't see it, I'll play that. So let me go back, change this to a screencast, go entire screen, share that. There we go. And then I'll show you this one with Avery. So y'all know what I'm talking about. Check this out. I don't know if you can hear that. Can you hear that? I don't know if that's coming through. Let's see. Okay. Maybe that comes through. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't, but let's watch it anyway. And I'll be right back. Grab me a cup of coffee. What are you doing? You're chasing me down. I'm going the other way. you to run me over. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Hold on. Okay. Oh, it's okay. Oh, boo. Okay, ready? Come here. Oh, it's not that bad. Come on. Come on. Let's put it back out here. Come on. There you go. Guess who's in the studio? Avery's in the studio. You gotta speak English, man. Avery's in the studio, people. He's watching himself. Okay, folks, I have no idea what just happened. Oh, you want to go outside? It is way too cold outside. Let's go get dressed first, okay? And then we go outside, okay? Avery? Avery? Want to go get dressed first and then we go outside? Come here. Come here. Come here. All right, people. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say I love you. Say happy birthday. Say Merry Christmas. Say yo gabba gabba. You can't videotape anyway. Okay. Say cheese. Say cheese. Let me see you smile. Say A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. Why you get the gorilla face? I know you're happy. Ow, you trying to bite me? Don't try to bite me, little boy. Try to bite me. Ow! Ow, you almost got me. Little boy, little Avery, trying to be so mean. It's not funny. Don't be mean. Say bye-bye. Bye. Okay, bye-bye. That's it, everybody. That was it. Let's go back to the screen. Let's see where we are. Dun, dun, dun. Go back to stop that. Say hey. Say hey. Everybody, we got Avery in the studio. Mr. Avery Frank Macon. What's up? Yeah. Woohoo. Say hey. Say hey. Say hello. All right. Say happy birthday. Say, I just woke up. I just woke up, people. Did you finish drinking your bottle? Okay. All right. All right, folks. So I appreciate everybody watching. It's time to go be daddy again. And all you lovely ladies on Tinder, let her brother know what's good. And I don't even know what to say. Never mind. Never mind. Like I said, I'm trying to be something that I'm not. But I do enjoy it. It's fun. I've been everyone who's talked to me, thank you. I know I'm a bit annoying with the smiley faces, but that's really who I am. I'm a smiley kind of guy. I really am. Just smiling when I talk, and I think of little things to say, and when I write it down, it seems so nice. I'm like, oh, somebody would be so interested in me. So I smile because I think it's so cool. Hold on a second. I'll drink this coffee. So anyway, this has been episode number 3. And with that, Avery, say bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Say bye 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 bye. Say bye. I know you said it once before, but I want you to say it again and again and again and again. Say it again. Okay. Okay. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching show number 3. Peace, and we're out. Oh, wait. We ain't out just yet. Where's my pen at? We gotta hold on. What did it say right here? Have another show. Let me see. Oh, this ain't got nope. Let's see. Yeah, because we got to keep an agenda. I was told to keep show notes, and this is it right here. So hold on. Avery, I need a pen. Can you go get me a pen? Hold on. Okay, you know what? I don't have a pen, but we're going to use this note. How about that? Let's make a note. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Have another show was bullet number 3, and I think we did that. We did that. Not stupid air command. You gotta watch it when you use this note. You gotta watch this little button on this pen. I got really big fingers, and when I'm using this pen, I click the little button, and it activates the air command, and it's crazy. So you gotta hold the pen like sideways or some shit. But hold on, Avery. We're almost done. Almost done. Oh no, back that up. How do I go back? Okay, and let's check mark. Okay, folks. So here you go. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, you know what I can do? Watch this, Avery. I'm gonna share this. Let's share this note. Where'd it go? Watch this. I mean, what's the point of having one of these things if you're not going to use it, right? Ain't that right, Avery? Like, why you got that thing if you're not going to use it, man? So let's take this note. What do we do with it? Okay. No, not that one. Discard. Let's do this one. And let's share. How do we share, Avery? How do we use this thing? How do we share? You know how to do it? You do? Huh? Where? I don't see how to do it. It says view action list memo. I don't know what I'm doing, people. Oh my God. Oh. Okay, I see what's going on now. Okay. So let me do OMG. OMG, people. Okay. Now, let's see if we can share this. How do we share it, Avery? How do you share it? Waving to yourself? OMG, people. I don't know what to do with it. How do I share it? Save.
Bye.
Oh, there it is. Hold on. What's that? No. Share S note. Share image. Come on, we're gonna do it. We're gonna make it happen. It's gonna happen. Let's see. Share it to the Gmail. Okay. So that's another. Hey, am I the only one who does this? Like to save stuff, you email it to yourself? I do that all the time. I email myself all the time, people. Okay, let's see. Hold on, Avery. Let's see if Daddy can find this note so I can show all the lovely people that I am staying on task. You know, we got the the show list, the show notes. Let's see. Okay, let's open that. Let's view that. No, let's view it. Come on. Where are you going?
Okay.
Open. All right. Okay, there it goes. So let me change the camera so everyone can see. People are like, Adonte, we don't give a shit. But guess what, folks? I give a shit, and that's what I'm doing. So shut the hell up. Bam. There it is. You see that? Do you see that? I don't know. Do you see it? That's actually a question. Do you see that? It says, hold on, let me change that. I don't like the way that looks. Go back. Let's do the different screen share. Go to the whole screen. Move this. Click that. Click this. Click this. All right, there we go. Now move this. There we go. Look at that. Bam. It's right there. Have another show. There's the little bullet. And we did it on November the 2nd. And there's a check mark. Awesome. Right? Awesome. Avery, say awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
No.
Okay. Where are we at?
No.
Hmm?
No.
Whoa. Don't put me in the eye with that. Okay. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. And happy happy what, Avery?
Happy.
Happy what?
Yeah.
Okay. He's pointing at his cars. Here. There you go.
Woo, 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 woo.
Yep. And which one is this? This is I don't remember what this one's called. This one is I don't remember his name. But you got that car. Oh, whatever. All right, people, we're out. And have a great day. And thanks for watching. And hit me up on Twitter. And check me out on Instagram. And check me out on Facebook. And check me out on YouTube. And check me out over here. Oh, and check me out on Tinder. Tinder ladies. Check me out. Check. Say what's up, Avery. What's up? All right. All right. All right, baby. Well, who's baby? Not Avery. Baby's not. Avery's not baby. All right, people. We out. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Episode 3. Peace.